Hello, my name is Crystal Marshall and I'm from marshallstudiofphotography.com. We are outside in the dark while our kids are sleeping inside the house and making a video at 10:30 at night about how to use your shutter speed for some long exposure, really cool tricks. So, first of all, you're going to need a tripod or some kind of steady surface. You do not want to be hand holding your camera while doing some really cool things like this, because it's going to make a big difference. Okay, then you're going to need your DSLR or any kind of camera you have that have the ability to make a custom shutter speed that'll be really low. If you don't know what a shutter speed is, first of all, shutter speed is how long it takes for your camera to take the photo. So, what I'm going to do is put on manual, which is the M. Let's see if I can see this here. M. Alright, what I have, you can do a number of shutter speeds for different kinds of things. If you want to do a 15-second shutter speed, or 30-second shutter speed, a 1-minute shutter speed, a 30-minute shutter speed, depending on what your camera can do. My camera, I have a D7000 on the tripod right here with a 35mm, and I can probably even go to like as long as I want. It just depends on, you know, how long I want it. So you can do it, you know, the moon, you can do star trails, you can do any number of things. But I'm going to do a 30-second shutter speed, which would be perfect for what we're going to do. We're going to do some simple light painting out in the dark. So I'm going to have it here. When I tell you that I'm ready to go, I'm going to run around with my flashlight and just make some really cool painting. And I'll show you how to do that in a second, what we're going to be doing with that. What you can do with some long shutter speeds. You can do a cityscape. You can have your camera set up with some really cool cars going really fast with the night lights, with the Empire State Building or the Eiffel Tower or something. You can do that. You can do like a fire or a sparkler message, like just married or kiss the bride or something. So this is all using the same technique. So we're going to show you a little bit of light painting right now, using, twirling the flashlight around or writing a message. So we're going to do that for you right now, and stay tuned. So here we are, we're in this little open part of our yard. We have a couple of flashlights, and it's important to know before you start taking a picture, you're going to need somebody to help you. When you have a really dark area, the camera is going to be hunting for focus. So you're going to need to hold the flashlight with the light on and have someone just to make sure your camera is going to hit the focus. So that way when you start to do the photo and do whatever you're going to do, the camera knows exactly where it's going to hit. And actually what I would do is take your camera off of autofocus and just set the focus like boom, right on the light. That way you don't have to worry about it. This photo, and we made a huge mistake because I didn't tell you that when you leave your shutter speed on really long, there's so much light coming into your camera, you need to have your aperture, which is the opening of the lens, really tiny. So I have to have it at f15 right now, 15-16, and I have it at shutter speed 30 seconds, and then my ISO is at 100, because the ISO is how your camera sees in the dark. So I have it at 100 right now. So that should help a lot of getting your image really clear in the dark. So let's try this again. So that's a couple of examples that you can do with a simple flashlight. You can do sparklers. You can do a method that you've probably seen on different Pinterest channels, YouTube channels, where you take a piece of steel wool from Home Depot and you set it on fire and you swirl it around. You can do pretty much a lot of different kinds of things. Have different color flashlights, have different lights shining different places. So what did we learn? We learned that you need a tripod. Very important. We learned that you need to have your shutter speed really long, like 30 seconds or 15 seconds, probably the minimum. You need to have your f-stop or your aperture really high to allow a lot less light to come in. You also need your ISO at the lowest it can go. So have fun with all your different light paintings that you can do. You can be really creative. You could have a couple kissing in the middle and do some swirlies around them, or I love you, or their wedding date, or John and Christy, or whatever their names are. So those are just some really basic ideas to get you started, and I hope I see some more examples later on in the future of you using these ideas for your work. Thank you very much. This is Krista Marshall from Marshall Studio Photography.